going on, YouTube? This is Reezon back once again, and I'm here to do my holiday shopping guide for the Wii gamer. Alright, I'm going to do videos of this for the PS3 and the Wii. Nothing against Microsoft, but I don't own an Xbox 360, so I don't keep up with the Xbox releases or nothing like that the way I do with the Wii or the PS3, alright? Since I own both of those, I'm gonna do this video first. It's gonna be on the Wii, and I'm gonna take you through the holiday games, mainly exclusives that are coming out for the Wii that I feel are definitely worth a purchase. All right, and as I go through the list of games, if I can remember a similar game to the game I'm talking about, that's an older game that I feel is also worth a look. If you haven't checked it out, I will mention it. Along with the games, I'll give you the IGN's review score. I didn't go and look at multiple reviews. I just went and looked at IGN's reviews. At least for reference, to let you know. I don't always agree with IGN, but I tend to agree with them more than any other site. So let's just go through the whole thing right now. First, I would have to say, for the racing fan, man, the Wii really struck gold as far as I'm concerned, with a little game called Need for Speed Nitro. Now, this year, the Need for Speed franchise decided to branch off in two directions. For the HD consoles, the PS3 and the 360, they released Need for Speed Shift, which took the series in an ultra realistic simulation direction, which I actually own on the PS3, and it's amazing. It's awesome. But for the Wii, seeing it as it's a perfect console to have an arcade racer on, they went in that direction. Arcade racing, super fast, exaggerated speed, bulked up cars. Nice presentation overall. It's a great arcade racer. On IGN, it scored an 8.0, which is great, as if I remember correctly, according to their rating system. Me personally have yet to play the game. I tried to rent it twice. It was rented out. But I've seen the video reviews, I've seen videos on the game itself, and it looks amazing. 60 frames per second, it just keeps a consistent frame rate. The sense of speed is exhilarating. And as you take the lead, it has a little graphic where whatever graffiti you select for your car, it starts to possess the city. So as you're going through the streets and you're in first place, you see your graffiti being tagged up on the walls everywhere. Really good game, as far as I can tell. Still can't wait to play it. That's a definite must-buy if you're a racing fan and you have a Wii and you're looking for some racing action. Need for Speed Nitro 8.0. Then we go on to the horror genre. All right, Dead Space Extraction, man. For those of us who have played the original Dead Space on the 360 and the PS3, and always wondered how that story came about, how did those characters get there? Well, exclusive to the Wii, Dead Space Extraction is the story, or the prequel, if you will, of how the entire virus broke out and how the characters that we played as in the original Dead Space ended up where they were. It's an on-rail shooter, which some people feel takes away from the freedom of exploring, but it also adds to the suspense because you're not in control of where you're going. You're only in control of your hand and gun as your character is being taken throughout the very atmospheric levels. I gotta say, from the video reviews I've seen, screenshots and all that, some of the nicest graphics available on the console. Dead Space Extraction got a good review on IGN. Also, it got an 8.5. Myself have yet to play this one because I'm not that big of a Dead Space fan, but it does look amazing, and if you're a horror survival junkie, it is a good game to get. Sticking with the horror survival genre, we got Resident Evil: The Dark Side Chronicles, another on-rail shooter. It is a sequel to last year's Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles, and it actually scored a couple of points better than its predecessor on IGN, as it scored an 8.1. Now this one tells the story. It's a retelling of the events that happened in Resident Evil 2, I believe, and Code Veronica, but it also has a brand new scenario that takes place somewhere in South America. So it gives you a lot of fan service. It lets you see what characters were doing, a different reimagining of the events that happened in the games that we all loved. But it also lets us know what Leon Kennedy, I think, is who it is. It lets us know what he was doing before Resident Evil 2 happened. So, I mean, amazing reviews. It also has one thing that some gamers are on the fence about this game. It has a shaky cam, so it has a lot of shaking, and that makes you feel like you're there and you're really running, and it adds to the suspense. But it also makes it harder to shoot, and for some, it even nauseates them. So you gotta watch that. But aside from that, you got an 8.1. Definite must-buy if you're a horror survival junkie when it comes to video games. And then we go on to the action platforming genre, and no one does it better than Nintendo. No one does it better than Mario. We got New Super Mario Brothers Wii. I had the chance to get this. On the day that it came out, I actually got lucky and went to Blockbuster, and they actually had copies there, and I rented it. And I'm gonna tell you, it is one of the best games I played this year. It has that nostalgic feel that takes you back to Super Mario 3 and Super Mario World on the SNES, but it also has so many innovations and so many add-ons, so many different power-ups, so many different ways to play, a beautiful presentation. Though it's a 2D side scroller, it has 3D elements and the graphics are crisp and clear, the colors are wonderful, wonderful presentation, just wonderful level design, and the inclusion of a 4-player multiplayer mode is just insane. I never got to test it with all 4 people, but me and my wife alone were bouncing off each other all over the screen. It's amazing. It's a great game. I got through the whole story, but there's a bunch of secrets in that game. Secret star coins, secret gold flags for each level that you may not find right off the bat. Yoshi makes a return, so you got Yoshi in the game. You got the helicopter hat that lets you fly. It's kind of like the equivalent to the cape in Super Mario World, or the raccoon suit in Super Mario 3. You got the penguin suit, the ice flower, the fire flower, the star, the mini mushroom. All that makes a return, man. It is just an amazing platformer, and it's easily the best game I think Nintendo has released this year. Amazing. And they got an 8.9 in IGN, and I feel it deserves more than that. I feel it deserves easily in the 9.0s. I mean, the Australia review for IGN gave it a 9.2, so amazing game. That is a must-buy for the Nintendo Wii. No matter what type of fan of gaming you are, that is a must-buy. It's not if you're a fan of this or that. No, you need to buy that if you don't have it for the Christmas season. And then we got a game that is not out yet, but it comes out December 8th, so 7 days from now. And it's Silent Hill Shattered Memories. This game is a reimagining, a remake of sorts, a reboot of the series, if you will, of the original Silent Hill. And from the short video segments I've seen of this game, the stories I've read on it, it's going to have a lot of psychological terror, a lot of psychological factors in the game that affect how decisions are made, and what decisions are made will determine what enemies you see and stuff like that. I mean, it's just creepy, looks really good, and I think that if you're a horror survival fan, again, that is a definite pickup, because Silent Hill 1 on the PlayStation 1 was a hit. So, I mean, with the Wii controls and this new way of telling the story, new graphics and all that, I think it'll be amazing. Then we got Call of Duty Modern Warfare Reflex Edition. All right, now this title specifically for the Wii owner who only owns a Wii, because as much as I love the Wii, I also own a PS3, and if I'm going to get a Call of Duty game, I'm going to get it on the PS3. I'm not going to get it on the Wii, because it really has the power to do those HD graphics and some of the things that the Wii can't do, and a game like Call of Duty was meant to be played on that grand of scale. But if you don't have an HD console and all you have is a Wii, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Reflex, first of all, on IGN it got a 7.0, which is decent. But everywhere else, they're praising the game. Everywhere else, they're giving it 8.0s and above, and saying that the Wii has done what everybody thought was impossible, in that they have the Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare engine running on the Wii with no problems. The biggest problem they have is a drop in frame rate here and there, but the entire single-player campaign is there, just as exciting as it was on the other versions. The entire robust online multiplayer mode, surprisingly enough, is there on the Wii, intact, and it is a heck of a shooter, a heck of a multiplayer affair. And if Wii is the only system you own, you definitely, and you're a shooter fan, and you want a good solid online and single player campaign experience for the Wii, then Call of Duty Modern Warfare Reflex is your game. 7.0 on IGN. Then we got a couple of sports titles. I'm running out of time, so hopefully I can make it. We got NBA 2K10, got a 6.5 on IGN. That's not that great of a rating, but the reason I included it is because it is the first that I've seen truly full-blown basketball simulator on the Wii. I owned NBA Live and ended up trading it, NBA Live 08, and ended up trading it in because it was just horrible. NBA Live 09 All Play was even worse. It actually got worse reviews than the first one. NBA Live 10, I don't even know if that's coming out on the Wii. 2K Sports finally took NBA 2K, which is the most dominant basketball game on any system, and put it on the Wii with all the features that you have in the big boy versions, you know, the HD console versions. You have the online mode, online leagues, you have everything. Graphics, of course, are going to take a hit, but everything is there. The ISO motion controls and everything, all that is there. So if you're a basketball fan like I am, and the Wii is your only console. Again, I own a PS3, so my sports games, I really get them on the PS3, because the PS3 does great sports games, whereas the Wii's not that great. But NBA 2K10, if you're a Wii owner and that's all you have, it is your first real basketball game. And though it only got a 6.5, they're saying it's a good foundation for 2K to build on for next year's model. So it's a good game to get. I'm going to cut the video right there real quick because I got 30 seconds left. I got 2 more games to talk about, and then I'll go through some old titles that I feel you should get for the Christmas season if you don't have them already. So check out part 2 of Reezons Wii Holiday Shopping Guide. God bless.